Hey, good morning, everybody. So I've got the Dead Linger here fired up. I was looking to see how much of my stuff is duplicated, and I don't really think anything is duplicated. Maybe my can of Spam. I was hoping for more bullets and stuff. I'm looking out here in the world. Is he coming this way? Yeah, he's coming. These guys have an uncanny sense of where I'm at. Which, whatever. Ah, part of me is just, again, feeling like, how much do I really want to spend here? I'm so anticipating Build 13. I know that's something we've all just been talking about for a long time, is when is Build 13 coming? Ooh, let me grab up that cabbage. Oh, hello. I'm going to try and go silent here. I feel so bad I lost my sword. But yeah, the Build 13 anticipation is getting even greater, especially because they said it was in their testing, and I don't know how long they test a build before sending it out and squashing bugs. But my hope is pretty high that it's going to be this next week. Okay, so what are we going to do here with this place? Just looking here at my bag. Oops, gotta do something here real fast. What was debating, I just making sure I had room, because we talked about this last time, is I want to go ahead, chop down some trees. I want to make some 2x4s, and the plywood sheets, because what I want to do is build a bridge. I know, as funny as it sounds, but a bridge from the farm out to the silo grain. I know. It's just, I want to see if I can kind of fortify this base area. Because my thought was, if ever my farm here was compromised, this farm building here where I'm hanging out, and I get totally surrounded by zombies, I'm looking to the future, like when they put in the wandering hordes. If for somehow my security was compromised, I could just cross my bridge over to the silo. And I also want to have a bridge from one silo to the next, where I could just climb down the stairs and then make my escape. And then I also want to see about kind of turning the inside of the silo into like a multi-level homes. I'm pretty ambitious, so I'm not necessarily going to be concerned about building a home from scratch per se, but I really want to see what I can do about taking that existing structure and turn it into something really cool. Of course, barring any real mess ups with the barricading system, because currently as it stands, what I want to do is probably going to be a near impossibility. Like, I could put it in, but as soon as I walk away from it, or save the game and come back, it's going to be gone. So probably what I'll do is spend a lot of time just kind of gathering up those materials, and then possibly on one of these goes, maybe break up the recording a little bit, but probably have to build and assemble all of it at one time, so I can store up all the wood that I want, put a whole bunch of plywood inside that farm. But then when I actually do the building, I'll have to do it all potentially in one day. Oh, I hate that. I hate getting hit. I just, again, using the firearms is great, and I've actually gotten better at it. But the fear is, the zombies hear the gunshots. I probably, if I really wanted to, have my bow and arrow out. The disappointing thing was, I forget where I saw it, but I think Richard Keene in one of his tweets said that they were not putting in yet that you can retrieve your arrows, and that's a little disappointing. I thought I had picked up more wood than that. Let's craft. So what I'm going to do here is basically just start stockpiling my 2x4s, and then when I just have like a huge collection of 2x4s, I'm going to make the really big plywood sheets. And those take 8 2x4s. So I'm just going to start stacking all these 2x4s up here. And I saw a couple down on the ground. I don't know if those are ones I can pick up, or if those are just, yeah, those are like big ones. Oh. If I had my hammer, I could probably nail it into place. Oh, hey, I didn't even notice there's another hatchet here on the ground. Cool. Let's just momentarily here, just for a moment, swap out. I don't know honestly how good those little ones are here at keeping zombies out, but if I can just put something in their way for a moment, because when I was inside the silo and I put the plywood, did it hammer? It did make the hammer sound. It actually kept a zombie out. Of course, I'm going to need a lot more to cover up these big entrances, but if that stuff actually could stop them from coming in, then I could just kill them at the barricade. Because I've noticed that I saw this on a video that Sunny put up, one of the folks I follow when I can. She had a little video where she showed a whole bunch of zombies got stuck on a fence, and then they were able to kill them. Just stood right there at the fence and killed them with like their axe. And I'm thinking, I wonder if I could do the same thing, where, you know what? Let's get that bow. If I could just put one little barricade they get stuck at, they don't necessarily tear it down, but then I could just simply kill them at the barricade without having to do any gunshots. So if I built like a campfire and they all come from miles around to watch me at my campfire, then I could just kill them at those little tiny barricades I put up. That would be kind of cool. So let's put the hammer. Alright, good. Rifle didn't disappear. That's always a scary thing. Oh, and I've already got a bolt in here as needed. Alright, let's go get some more trees. So this is the only bad thing about this spot where I'm at. There's not a lot of trees. So let me run over here to the farm and cut those down. And that mountain there, those mountainsides are just, they're just too steep. There's no way I can climb those. I've tried going up a much less of an incline and I couldn't. So we'll just hit what I can in the immediate area. I'm going to grab some of this cabbage when I can. They do, for the most part, a pretty darn good job on their random placement of items. But, you know, sometimes just to see like the mailbox right almost growing inside the tree still, you know, just makes you shudder sometimes. Like, ugh, that's the best they could do. You know, it's nice when you can run through an area and the world, the way it got pre-generated, looks realistic, and you're like, oh, you know, that makes sense. And then you see something where like the tree is growing right up through the middle of the farmhouse, and it's like, yep, they still got a lot of work to do. Let's move you over here. Ooh, I can pick up some more here. Oh, hello. Speed limit 25 miles per hour. You know, there's no road here, but I guess when you're cutting down the corn, please keep that big tractor down to a reasonable speed. Or when they show two trees growing right on top of each other, you know, hey, I'll take it. I like having that wood, but doesn't always look right. I love some of their textures though. Some of the textures they have are pretty spot on, like those electrical box cover things. You know, just every once in a while you do see something in the world that you say, you know, at least they got that looking right. Okay, I think this will make me full up. Oh, there was some that I even missed. And I don't want to drop. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop that cabbage because I can probably pick it up on the way back. Yeah, see now he's stuck. He's not even trying to climb that fence. I don't know if I can headshot it from here. There we go. And I see the door is closed. Did I ever go in here? This side should be open. Huh. I'm not sure if I've actually been in this one yet. Okay, let me turn my flashlight on. Oh, here we go. Somebody said you can press C on the doors. Okay, so you can use your middle mouse button, or if you press down C, that will let you grab the doors as well. Which works, but for me, middle mouse button seems to be the easiest to grab. Yeah, I don't think I've been. Oh, hey. Oh. Good stuff. Oh, look at all the salt and matches. Well, if that's the power of duplication, I'm going to go ahead and leave all that there. So if this is true to every other farmhouse, yeah, look, see, duplicating furniture. Oh, that's awesome. I've seen round tables and square tables, and now we got double chairs. And nice. Oh, once they put dragging back into the game, I'm going to go ahead and start dragging furniture over to whatever area I decide to fortify. In the next build, oh yeah, no, I was in here. Just somehow after rebooting and coming back, all the doors closed up. And but yeah, no, I've been here before because that's all the stuff I've dropped. I should take all that back over. I'll leave it there for now though, because I'm full of lumber. Alright, so let's head on back. I might have to label this next set of videos the Lumberjack series. Because that's what I'm going to be doing. Chopping trees and making plywood. Oh, it's just going to take so much plywood. I know, you know, the discussion was, do you want to have Rust style of building into your game? And part of me says no. And then part of me says, well, don't do it like Rust. I know we've discussed it once before, but as I'm sitting here gathering up all this plywood, you know, I'm reminded again that it might not be so bad to have a Rust style of building. Because what would happen, and here's how I think they should make it work, is you have your recipes. Now, either recipes would be something that you find in the world, such as, you know, like how to build a house. I don't know how realistic you could make that, but let's say you find one of these magical recipes, and the recipe's gonna say, you know, you need X amount of this material, X amount of that material, and then boom, you have yourself whatever structure it was you were planning on building. Okay, to me that would make some sense. But whereas like with Rust and Minecraft and some of those games, you have to put, you know, all that material on your person. Like if you needed, say, 1,000 pieces of lumber, which, you know, I'm just putting a number together, realistically your person could not carry 1,000 pieces of lumber. I'm gonna go ahead and start crafting my big plywood sheets. So what would make sense is that you would have your blueprint, and then you, like, I'm not sure how they do it, but like you memorize the blueprint and put it into some sort of like a recipe book that you have. Okay, that part makes sense to me. Then what you do is when you have that recipe book is you would then go to a location in the world where you wanted to build this structure, click on the recipe, and what it does is it puts like a, you know, an outline into the world showing where you would place that structure if it was built. You know, you've seen that maybe in some real-time strategy games where they put the little outline of the building on the ground and you have to move it around until it turns all green, meaning that's a valid build location. So I could see that happening here, and then boom, you put the valid build location on the ground, and what it does then is it kind of puts in a, like an under construction roped off scene, something, and then what you do from there, I just want to make sure this, yep, good. That's where I'm going to start stacking these. I might actually put them down here on the ground just so I have room up here to move around. Just drop some of those down there. So anyway, once you have the build location in the world, then what you have to do is walk up to that construction zone area. Just trying to figure out where I can start stacking those. And basically what you do is like what I'm doing right here, is you just take and drop off the item. And so the build location knows that I just dropped off 2 large plywood sheets. And then once I have all of the material there in place, I would hit a build button. Now what would be cool, going with the simulation aspect of the game, is once you have all the materials in place, you would hit like the corresponding construction button. And then the structure only gets built, or it only gets completion credit, as long as you stand inside of that construction zone area. So like if you had to leave to go get food or something like that, then the site stops building. And it might take you, depending on the size of the structure, several days of in-game time of just standing in your area, you know. I understand how boring that would be. Like, I totally get that. But that's the point. Remember, this is a simulation game, so it's not just a quick arcadey type of game like that. This is a good, strong simulation game, and I think that would just really lend to that simulation side. Yeah, you can build these really cool structures that, you know, look nice, and you've gathered the materials, and now you've got to take the time to actually build it. And I think, to me, that would be a great way of implementing a Rust style of construction. Yeah, I don't know how happy I am about going to town to try and chop down lumber, but I'm like, I can't get to the trees up there. Oh man, but there's a tree way up here that doesn't have a bunch of zombies. Let's grab that one. I didn't want to have to go in there and then have to worry about all them there zombies. That's actually not too bad. Okay, let's risk it. I'm feeling plucky. Let's do it. Now, if my farmhouse had a bunch of closed doors, that means these doors are probably closed. I don't know which of these houses I've gone through, but you know what this means is I've got to be really keeping an eye out on these zombies. They move a lot quicker than people give them credit for. They really do. Let's see here. Yeah, look, see, they're like right there. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh my gosh, that's a bunch. I don't even know if getting this tree up here is going to be a very smart move. But since my backpack is filling up, that was actually a very good tree. Yeah, I got enough room for just a few more pieces, so I'm just going to grab this tree up here and then go back to my farm. I should be far enough away from them that they're not going to follow me back. Well, I guess I could chop that one too. I didn't really notice this one here because it's just kind of real skinny. We'll go ahead and chop this one first, because it might just give me the 1 or 2 pieces I need here. Don't miss. Now it'd be cool, since you know we've been talking about skills when we look at their roadmap, is when you have, like, say a lumberjack skill, logging skill, whatever you want to call it. What would be nice, yeah, that's pretty good, is if you could as that skill increases, what you would do is actually get more wood that drops from a tree. Because in my mind, you know, when you don't have a very good lumberjacking skill, I don't know what they would want to call that, logging skill, you get a lot of wasteful wood because you're not very efficient at cutting the trees down. Oh, I didn't even think about running that way. There's a lot of trees that way too. I'll head the other way. Maybe there's fewer zombies. But I think that would be kind of cool. It's like you start out and you chop down a tree, you might get 2 or 3, which isn't very much at all. But in time, as your skill goes up, you might be hitting the maximum of, like, you know, 8. 8 is quite a bit. That's going to fill your backpack up right away. I don't even think I can fit that. Yeah, we'll take it though. I'll just carry it back. Oh yeah. Well, before I let you go, I did want to try something. I've talked about this before, but that's combining salt with different stuff to see if you can make different types of food. And what I'm going to do is come up here. I'm going to drop this cabbage off with my salt shaker. I already had a cabbage up here, but you know, it's an apocalypse and I was getting hungry. So we'll grab one real fast. Eat. There we go. Oh, brought my stamina back up. Alright, so now let's take a look at... See, I do my construction up here simply because, well, if the zombies come, they're just going to hover down here below. So far, I've yet to have a zombie climb up here unless I've glitched them into an upstairs location. So I feel pretty safe living up above on the farm here. Okay, so let's craft one more big piece of plywood. And what I need to do next time before I go chopping down trees is drop off my stash of 2x4s as well. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. And then craft. And we'll make one more big plywood sheet. Oops. I've learned now to start placing them from right to left and they don't seem to overlap and pick each other up. I'm so used to putting stuff in from left to right, but anyway, let's put that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So close. I'm gonna pick you up, drop you down below. Oh shoot! I should have tried to throw it right there. And then I'm gonna stack my other 2x4s right up here. That should be 6, so I got lots of room. Okay, perfect. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to pick up 1 salt. Yeah, I think my salt duplicated. Okay, so 1 salt, 1 cabbage, and let's combine them. And it makes nothing. Okay, well, I didn't think so. I hadn't heard anybody mention that you could make something with cabbage and salt, so pretty much it's just the jerky and the salt. Which I lost all my venison from the last game that I did. Alright, so let's end it right there. And when we come back, we'll just go and do some more gathering of materials. Once I have a few more sheets of this large plywood, then probably what we'll do is start assembling the bridge and see if I want to build where exactly to build the bridge from. Probably not right there because I'm going to fall out that window. Alright, so we got plans for the future. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week and we'll see you next time.